Hi, everybody. Welcome to our first episode of HR Coffee Diaries for 2020. And what a year it's been so far. I'm Rehan Jamil.
And I'm Gary Williams.
How are you doing today, Gary?
I'm all right. I'm drinking rather a lot of coffee today, Rian. And since our last sort of HR Coffee Diary, I've sort of gone coffee's gone a bit bigger. So it's a worrying trend. So I don't know.
Well, hopefully we won't run out of
yes,
coffee.
I'm fine.
Oh, excellent. That's good to hear. Well, hopefully we won't run out of coffee as one of the basic essentials of any modern working environment.
I hope not. I hope not. We're going to have to go over to chicory if that's the case.
Absolutely. We don't want that, do we?
We certainly don't.
So I was reflecting on the decision that our illustrious PM has made in terms of instructing all of us around the stay-at-home policy, and looking at it. You can look at it in two ways. Like you can with a lot of things. It's people can say it's taking away our civil liberties whilst balancing the need to obviously protect the whole of the UK population. But I was kind of looking at each of these points and thinking that actually there's some real positives in all of this. And the first one around staying at home, I think that's absolutely central to spending more time with your loved ones, and also taking some time out to actually think about the home that you live in and how you can make it a better place for yourself and your family, or whoever you're sharing that home with. So I think that's really, really important, actually.
So it's really a positive way a more positive way then of looking at the restrictions that have now been placed upon our lives. That's what
absolutely
you're saying again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I kind of feel
positive spin.
Indeed, and I think there's an opportunity, isn't there, with all of these things that initially we think we're being put under certain constraints, but actually sometimes those constraints can be good for all of us. But I was wondering what you thought about the second one around only shopping for essential items, i.e. food and medicines.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting one. It's certainly, I obviously live on my own. My kids are grown up and I've got grandkids now. So my shopping is very much on a week basis. I'm avoiding this stocking up and just going over the top. So I think, it makes you think about food in a different way, and the shopping. So my shopping list now, instead of having specific items on a shopping list, I've just got basically, and apologies to any vegetarians here, but basically I've got meat, veg, fruit, dairy, oats, because porridge is really important to me, coffee, and bread. Well, so under those headings, whatever meat I can find within reason, whatever fruit I can find within reason, yes, and whatever vegetables I can find under that heading vegetables, that's what I'm going for now. Well, so I won't be getting upset. I won't be getting upset if they haven't got any tender stem broccoli. But they have got some spinach. It's the same colour. I'd go for it. So so that's what it's done for me. It's simplified things.
That's really good, because I think we have to sort of be grateful for what we have, and I think a lot of people. I mean, we're starting to think in our household, 5 people that will actually do the shop normally as we normally do, and yes, we have had the questions about, do we need to buy anything else in greater abundance than what we normally do? But we've been able to stop ourselves from physically doing that. But actually just, concentrating on, continuing to make good meals in the evening for the whole family, and just making sure that we just eat normally. And as long as I'm not having to send the kids out foraging into the forests of Lancashire, I think we'll absolutely be fine.
Well, if you need to, come to me, because I've picked up some field craft over the years from my late dad, and I can make silver birch tea.
Really?
So,
That sounds really interesting. Okay.
with, yeah, with spring coming, I'm in a silver birch tree. So by simply knocking a nail into the tree and then getting a little stick, sticking it in the hole, and getting a receptacle underneath, you can capture the sap and you can make tea with silver birch.
Okay.
Tastes disgusting, but
I look forward to that as a more kind of detailed analysis of the subject on the next podcast,
yes,
maybe.
definitely. So what else have we got?
So yeah, I mean, so overall on shopping for essential, I think we're saving money on things that we don't really need, saving on food, clothes, and fuel, and learn to make what we do. The third thing that is very close to my heart is this whole idea of only one form of exercise per day, and I actually think that's a lot more than what most people probably do. This time of year, having gone past the usual January threshold of post-Christmas bloatedness and trying to shed pounds, and I just think that's absolutely fantastic because with everything else being taken away from us in terms of the liberty of being able to go out whenever you want, particularly as the weather's quite nice at the moment across most of the UK this week. I've been out for a run today, but if the weather's not great, I can do my exercises at home, which don't involve anything other than having a chair. That doesn't involve sitting on it, by the way. Using the chair to do dip ups, your triceps, but yeah, I mean, exercise is important to you, isn't it? And it does involve trodding the pavement of North Staffordshire.
Well, the canal towpaths, because I was training for my first marathon of the year this year, which was going to be marathon number 19. And so that's been cancelled now. So I've decided it's now been pushed to October. So I've actually got 2 marathons to run in October. But I've just decided to just keep going. And actually last week, I think I clocked up about 30 odd miles. And so with that one form of exercise a day, this week, I'm expecting to do about 40 miles by the end of the week. Wow. So, I just hope that there's no curfew that comes, because I'm really benefiting from being able just still to get out there and just to get some miles.
That's good to hear. And I suppose we're not having a treadmill. The alternative is just to run up and down your stairs at home.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I'd do whatever. Yeah, definitely.
Run around your garden. I mean, the other aspect is kind of not having to travel to work unless absolutely necessary. I mean, I hate commuting of any form, but the furthest I have to travel is, because I already work from home, is from the bedroom to the kitchen and to my office downstairs. So, but I think this whole thing around travel is really, really important, because you're saving that commute in the morning, which means that you can dedicate that to other things. And also, going into an office environment means that, yes, you are in contact with people physically, but not being in contact with them on a day-to-day basis forces you to think about how you can communicate with people better and improve your own, communication skills, which I think in the longer term, if you pay attention to that, it probably helps to build better relationships with those individuals, groups of people and teams that you're working with. And there's no end of technology now that can help you to communicate with people face to face, virtually, or in real time.
Yeah, but I tell you what, though, when this is all over and we come through it, there will be nothing better than a handshake and a face-to-face meeting with somebody.
Absolutely, pressing the flesh and seeing the whites of each other's eyes. It shall be a veritable delight.
We will never take that for granted ever again.
Yeah. And the other item on Boris's list was preventing public gatherings. I mean, I can't think of any events that I'll be attending, professionally or personally. But I think it is all about safety. But I think also whoever you're with, if you do go out with that one individual, as a group, as a family, probably helps you kind of appreciate those people a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it does. I okay, lots of us have FaceTime and different ways of communicating with family and loved ones, but there was nothing. There will be nothing like that first coming together.
Yeah.
After it's over, I literally can't wait to see my kids, my grandkids, again. That's one of the difficult things, but it'll be great. It'll be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And finally, what do you think about the deterrent of police fines?
You've got nothing to fear. The government, the police are there for those who do wrong. So, I think you've got nothing to worry about. Coming back from my run today, though, there's still quite a lot of people out there, and I think it might be Brexit that we don't, being from the UK, we don't give heed to what 2 meters is. Yeah. I think, Brexit meters, that's European, isn't it? Oh, we're not part of Europe. So what I would say is, please, you just take heed of that. Keep that distance. Just think of it as the distance, as if Peter Crouch was lying on the floor between you and the next person. That's roughly 2 meters.
Yeah, the other way it was described to me the other day was the device that you're reading this bit of text on, hold it at arm's length and double that distance. So that's 2 meters. But I mean, equally, I went out for a run at lunchtime, and I took the initiative of crossing over the road if I needed to, or just kind of avoiding passers-by or runners, walkers, and dog walkers, and so on. So no, that's really interesting. I think there's some great positives we can take out of that. And so thank you for that, Gary. And I'd welcome any responses or comments to our own sort of personal views and ideas on this, and let us know any other topics that you'd like us to cover or indeed be part of. Speak to you soon.
I think you put your comments down below.
Yes, down below.
I believe that's the way it's done, down below. Okay, see you soon.
Cheers. Bye-bye.